Max told me you're into astronomy. You want to take a look around? There's an image I captured upstairs that could be a new celestial object. Or it's just a speck of dust. Either way, you can help me name it.
Seriously? You're on.
All right, Moses. Let's see if you're as nerdy as Max says you are.
So, if anyone's noticed, so in the option when you get the game, if you, I don't know if you buy it for pre-order, you buy it between sort of a special date, you get the default clothing for Chloe and Max. So, between the last episode and this one, I just thought for fun I would put it back, so that's why Chloe has blue hair now. And I think Max is also wearing her
I wish my job would let me keep a nerd den.
Thanks for interrupting me. Yeah, so her original outfit. So hence Chloe having blue hair. I prefer with blue hair. I'm very partial to that hair color anyway. So let's see. We have a couple of new messages. So we have name Moses fine. So that's the new star. Let's look at her journal. Okay, after hundreds of miles, thousands of questions, and countless times playing every scenario out of my head, it happened. I met up with Max. And it wasn't a moment too soon. For all my worrying, it turned out that Max was the one in trouble, and I got to save her ass. Sure, I got into some beef with the loudmouth local and an overly enthusiastic bouncer along the way. I did manage to talk my way out of any serious trouble. Good to know I've still got it. It was almost too perfect how I swept in on her at this creepy house she was breaking into and whisked her away before the cops came. But man, the way she looked at me in the truck after we got back, before I crashed out, it was like she was staring at a ghost. It was probably just a shock, but maybe it has something to do with those horrible visions. I've heard her rummaging around downstairs. I guess I'd better go. I don't think this conversation will be anything like the thousands I've been prepping in my head. Maybe that's for the best. It sure wasn't. Okay, so now we've caught up with messages here. So Max is here. So the last one we read from Max's side, she said, "Good luck, send updates. Update, I was wrong. There's more stairs. FNL. Okay, I'm in. Holy shit, this place is expensive looking. Moses Murphy, right? That's him. He's expecting you. Why do you make it sound so sinister? When I walk in, will he be like, 'Hello, Chloe, I've been expecting you'? Moses doesn't have a sinister bone in his body. I have a bunch of sinister bones in my body. They're in my left hand. Because I'm left-handed. Sinister is left-handed in Latin. You and Moses are going to love each other." Okay, so nothing else. No, so I feel like I've missed a couple of things. Like with the collectibles, I think with Max as well, I think I've missed out on a couple of things, but anyway. It can't be helped now. But let's have a look around.
Max isn't thinking about her birthday right now. All the more reason to get her something.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the whole day. Nobody's been saying happy birthday to Max or anything like that. It's,
Wow. Moses flies his weeb flag high. I should arrest this guy for future arson, just to be safe.
oh, that's so cheesy. He's quite cool looking. I'm sure it's some reference I'm missing out on again. I'm really sorry. If anyone knows, please do let me know.
Moses has a ton of rad shit. No wonder Max thought we would get along. I should arrest this guy for future arson, just to be safe. Is that Nebula Rain? Only lesbians and uber nerds know about her. Maybe Moses would let me print something for Max's birthday.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, let's first look around and then we can always have a conversation with Moses.
Moses wants me to name the star on the photo upstairs? No way I'm passing that up. Whoa. I'll bet you could see light years with this baby. Moses is going full Pepe Silvia with this investigation. Is that the dude from the bar last night? I've barely met this lady, but I keep seeing her face.
Safi was my best.
Whoa. What happened here?
Max took that photo before she jumped back here. But I swear the fire was in a slightly different place when she showed it to me yesterday.
So, Max's presence has changed something. But the fire is still on its way.
Oh, that's never a good thing.
I've barely met this lady, but I keep seeing her face.
Safi was my best friend. I hate to put her up here, but she's been acting pretty erratic lately.
That's where I found Max last night. The place would be rubble if she hadn't been there.
And Max thinks the house is where the fire started. I don't know why it's important, only that it is.
September 21st. Demolition averted, tensions high on Fremont Street. Early this morning, Lakeport PD responded to the second of demolition sirens at a mansion at 3180 Fremont Street, the home of Caledon University's secretive Abraxas Society. The building was scheduled to be demolished this fall until complaints from the Lakewood Historical Commission and the Abraxas Alumni Network were enough to halt the process, or so they believed. The demolition appeared to be in progress when people arrived, although no explosive charges were found when police gained access to the basement. One Caledon student was found at the site and released after questioning. When asked for a comment, Abraxas President Reggie Cajun replied that the whole thing has gotten so expletive up. Before realizing he was late for a trigonometry class, Caledon's president Owen Teller has yet to respond. Meanwhile, the Lakeport Historical Commission has issued a statement. This is a blatant attempt by the Caledon administration to circumvent the law. The president of a liberal arts college should be familiar with the term hubris and its consequences.
A bunch of guys getting pissed off on a message board. This never ends well.
Okay. StrifeNet. Lakeport citizen against Caledon corruption. And then this password. Don't have one.
Those guys at the bar are planning their protest for tomorrow? I don't like that timing at all.
Agreed. And the forum is password protected. If someone was able to obtain it...
I'm on it.
September 8th. Culture clash or something darker. It's been over 9 months since the storm that battered Lakeport and destroyed several local businesses. As residents attempt to rebuild, some of them are uniting in their criticisms of an unlikely target. I've been trying to get my insurance to pay out for months now, says Joey Powell, the owner of the Crullers Bar and Grill, which has struggled to reopen in the months since the storm. Meanwhile, Caledon is happy to screw over the town. The new science complex is just the start. Some locals seem to agree that the university is capitalizing on the town's misfortune. Tensions have been growing in recent months, with several altercations taking place between Lakeport residents and Caledon students and staff. A few of these skirmishes have happened in and outside the Snapping Turtle. The bar is a favorite of Lakeport locals and also serves many Caledon students thanks to its proximity to campus. A lot of anti-Caledon sentiment has also been shared on a password-protected message board on StrifeNet, a forum website. The Lakeport Daily News was unable to gain access to the board, but an anonymous source reported that several members have already been suspended for violating the forum's rules against violent threats. Okay. So I guess we are supposed to figure out the password.
So many post-its. I've got to take this guy outside some night and ask him questions. Is this an art room or a physics lab? Moses seems to know how to blend the two with expertise. If I wanted to make Moses' day, I could ask for his anime recommendations. I'm not big on the magical schoolgirl thing, but she gets badass points for that eye patch. I wish my job would let me keep a nerd den.
Who knows, maybe one day you will.
Simultaneously existing in a state of dead and hanging in there. I know the feeling. A horticulturalist, too? What can't this guy do? A horticulturalist, too? What can't this guy do? I'm not usually into the whole sappy nature drawing thing, but this tree is pretty badass.
Yeah, and I think this was for Maya. I think it was for Safi's friend, the memorial, I think for her murder or her
Moses
death.
has a ton of rad shit. No wonder Max thought we would get along.
Yeah, see, it looks like I missed out on something, yeah. Ah, that's gonna annoy me.
A pet iguana? Dude, this office has everything. Some of Max's favorites are in here. It's good that she found a new movie buddy.
Maya Okada's work went unappreciated in her lifetime, but is finally getting the recognition it deserves. This collection is a reproduction of her self-published chapbook and includes 9 short stories from a brilliant memoirist whose life was cut tragically short. Away from Home, stories by Maya Okada. It's nice that they did that for her. Ah, I love that. Okay, so I think this is what we need to look at.
Moses needs a name for this dot. I should help him out.
Oh no, don't make me choose a name. I'm terrible at it. And the thing is like, you know, Chloe, you got your titties, you got Space Pimple and Dawn. If I was more adventurous, I'd probably go for your titties, but I mean, Moses, I don't think he would really appreciate that. Space Pimple, again, is it something you want to sort of immortalize? Not really. And Dawn is like sort of the most boring out of all the name, but I mean, I'm going to be boring and I'm going to choose Dawn. Okay, let's have a talk with Moses.
Wow. You process quickly.
I'm just laying it all out. We'll see if anything emerges.
This guy's being very polite to the crazy girl who showed up at his office and monologued about alternate realities.
Well, if you think about it, he's been having to deal with this for a year now, so I have to say he is like taking it really well for somebody who's been just sort of thrust into this alternate timeline rewinding, but I suppose he's been Max's friend long enough to sort of come to terms with it, and sort of with his scientific background, he probably has, like, I mean, for him it's interesting because this is something that he studies and it's actually a working theory that he's working with. It could also be an alternative motive, who knows.
So, Professor, have you solved me yet?
Not in the slightest. But I do have some follow-up questions. I'm sure you do too. Why don't you start?
I don't mean to snoop, but who's Maya Akata?
She was a friend of Safi's. They were really close until Maya's suicide. That's what started all the craziness last year. Safi blamed several people for Maya's death, and she used her powers to get revenge.
Well, it's great that you bought her book.
And I wasn't the only one. Maya's work has been getting more attention in the last year. I'm sure Safi's delighted.
I know we have a metaphysical mystery to solve, but can I use your 3D printer?
What for?
It's Max's birthday. She's being so brave about this whole save the school thing, but I think she needs some encouragement. Your anime wall gave me an idea.
Say no more. You have to text me when you give it to her. She's gonna love it.
You got it. Give it to me straight, Doc. I'm ready.
I'd like to hear more about your visions. You said they started in December?
Yeah. And they weren't even visions at first. Just weird daydreams. Of a storm, or a path, or... But they just kept coming. Then I started thinking about them, even when I didn't want to think about them. And that moment in the green room a few days ago... I don't think it was a vision. I think some part of me really went somewhere.
Okay. What were you doing in the green room before it started?
Looking in a mirror. That place was a grimy dump. Usually my favorite kind of bar. But for some reason, I started thinking about tornadoes. When Max and I were in high school, there was this crazy week where Max thought a tornado was going to destroy the school. No, sorry, that did happen. But it also didn't happen? What's happening right now?
Let's start with what happened 10 years ago. A storm threatened your town, and Max was forced to make a choice. She let you die, averted the storm, and saved Arcadia Bay.
But I'm here.
Yes. somehow the storm didn't destroy the town and you didn't die. Which doesn't make any sense, except... A year ago, a storm threatened the school and the town. And Max made another choice. Or rather, she refused to choose between Safi and Caledon. Somehow she saved Safi and the school. And however she tied those realities together, it appears...
She tied up some loose ends while she was at it. She brought me and Arcadia Bay back together? With Safi and all the rest?
Yes. Somehow. Your vision started when you remembered the tornado. The thing that couldn't have happened, but did. A paradox. Your life and experiences are coexisting along an entirely different reality. And that's not sustainable. Maybe when you encounter a paradox, you come unfixed somehow, but that would mean even us talking about it directly could... Oh no. Chloe, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, stay calm and tell me what you see.
It's always the same path. It ends in this outcropping with a couple of benches. Like a viewpoint.
The Overlook. That's where Safi died.
But there's a lighthouse, too. Like the one from Arcadia Bay. It's always the same path. It ends in this outcropping with a couple of benches. Like a viewpoint.
The Overlook. That's where Safi died.
But there's a lighthouse, too. Like the one from Arcadia Bay.
Okay, so we've got the message from Safi, and this is where it gets weird. We have dead Safi. I like the view from the real overlook just fine, but this, I could stare at this forever. Alive Safi, tell me about it. I've been all over the country, but nothing beats this view. Dead Chloe, what the hell Safi, are you here? Alive Safi, oh hey, nice to meet you Chloe. Sorry I forgot to say that last night. Alive Chloe, what's happening? Alive Safi, wow, looks like the gang's all here. Dead Chloe, what are you doing here? Dead Safi, being dead mostly, at least some of me is. Alive Safi, she's right, the rest of reality was decided by Max, but this place contains the full truth of what happened to us, it remembers. Alive Safi, I like coming back here and sitting on the bench just to remind myself. Dead Chloe, I don't think you should hang out on the purgatory bench, this place is dangerous. Dead Safi, I mean sure, but what's the worst that could happen? Dead Chloe, for fuck's sakes, death. Alive Safi, Chloe, grow up, we're already dead. Alright. Then we have one from an unknown number. Whoa, this place again. Ugh, this girl again. So, Dead Chloe, what is this? How do I unsubscribe? Dead Chloe, what the hell, why is my name Dead Chloe? Unknown number, hey, EE Cummings, find the caps lock. Are you all on the same path? Meet you at the top. Where am I? Oh great, there's two of her. Yeah, I mean, this is not super confusing.
There's a sign. It's for Caledon. And my old high school?
So this place pulls attributes from both towns. Hence the lighthouse.
So is that why there's the wall of the bathroom with the mirrors and then the fireplace again to signify both places? So last time we saw the footprint.
The sky is wild. Lots of auroras and shit.
So it's nighttime?
She called off the search, stopped looking for herself. Missing, they said. Then, lost. Going, she replied. Then, gone.
What's happening now?
The, trees are reciting poetry. There's always something weird when I get to the top of the path. Me, dead. Sophie, alive. A turbocharged lighthouse beam.
Okay. As far as we know, nothing in this space is real or can hurt you.
As far as we know, huh?
Safi practically lives here now.
Left, mostly trees. Right, weird voices, sounds of someone crying. Up, overlook and lighthouse, some crazy tableau. There's a lot to learn here if you're willing to explore and watch yourself die repeatedly. I finally know the truth. Can't wait to see what Max has to say about it. I've been everywhere. Well, almost everywhere. The lighthouse door is shut. What do you think is in there, Chloe? I mean, it's like when so again, I didn't play the last game. What I'm assuming happened is when Max was trying to save both Caledon and Sophie, she must have merged something, and some of the fractured space might have been trapped. Well, let's see.
The, ground turned to my high school bathroom.
Interesting. Does that place hold any special meaning?
That's where she died.
Sure. It's where I died.
So half of the places where Sophie died, or was supposed to die, and half of it is where Chloe has died, and they've somehow been merged together. And they both have Max sort of in common.
Okay, Max is pointing a gun at Safi, and there are a lot of photos.
Photos of what?
I saw Max. She had a gun, and it always ends a little differently, but I died. That's what I've been seeing. Me dying. Max killing me.
You said there were photos. What happened after that?
The lighthouse beam turned on, and... What's wrong?
Chloe, you vanished. Disappeared for about 3 seconds. Before you came crashing back into the cabinet.
What? Where did I go?
I don't know. I think maybe that place takes you back to the moment where Max made her choice. About Safi. About you. Max stitched these realities together, but if you keep going back there, picking at the stitches, it could all unravel.
Arcadia Bay was brought back to life. Why aren't they stuck in that place too? My mom hasn't told me about any weird visions.
Have you told her about your visions? My point is, we don't know what's happening in Arcadia Bay. We can conjecture, but my focus is on helping you.
I saw some of Safi's thoughts and memories. We're stuck in that place together.
Makes sense. Safi is aware of the dual realities, and she's suddenly back on campus. Maybe she's looking for the same answers you are.
She seems... depressed.
Well, you and she are trapped inside your own deaths. Emotionally, I can't imagine what that is doing to the both of you.
So what do I do? How do I make sure I don't think about... you know?
Well, distractions seem to help. Your job. Loud music, lots of people, probably kept you safer. But now that you're aware of it, and what it means, we might have just accelerated whatever is happening. I'm so sorry.
I suppose in some ways it's because, you know, they can't really deal with it in a sort of healthy way, because neither of them were supposed to exist. So, yeah, it's quite a difficult situation.
Hey, man. I asked.
We won't risk any more explorations into the overlight. That's what we're calling it now, by the way. I'll do some brainstorming. Maybe research mental techniques for...
Don't bother. You've got to focus on the fire.
But we need a plan. Your visions are growing in intensity, and that place is dangerous.
But I feel like they
If you
are...
spend more time there, you could undo the merge. You could revert back to your own death.
I'm serious. It's okay. Why should I get to cheat death? It's not like I deserve it more than my dad. Or Rachel. Max saved me in the bathroom. But she couldn't make it stick. The time she bought me, it's enough. More than I deserve.
What do you mean? Of course you deserve to exist.
Not according to reality, or the universe, or whatever keeps trying to make me dead. Max has done everything she could for me. She always has. The least I can do is be there for her now. So, on to the good stuff. Who do we think is planning to start a fire? I met this guy last night. Didn't seem like a criminal. Criminally pretentious, maybe.
Lucas Colmenero is a former Caledon professor. He's been stirring up animosity between Caledon and Lakeport.
If he hates Caledon, you and Max won't be able to get much out of him. Max may have gone full ivory tower, but bars are still my scene. I'll head back there right now to chat with him and his protest buddies. Maybe I can learn more about their plans.
I still feel like they're interconnected somehow. The fire and what's happening with Chloe.